Hi everyone, getting everybody a second to join, hop in on here, about 20 to 40 people now watching. It is close to 6 o'clock, it's about 5:52, and we have an update for you all. We were waiting to see if this severe thunderstorm watch that was initiated earlier this afternoon would be upgraded or to a severe thunderstorm warning or extended. It was extended. So far we don't have any warnings out, but we do have that severe thunderstorm watch that is now going until 10 o'clock tonight. So I'm going to show you what's going on here on the radar. Here's our CBS 19 radar. You can see, I do want to point out here that the watch is now covering Smith County, Tyler, Texas, down to Longview, extending into Shreveport. Shreveport was not really in this severe thunderstorm watch, not a warning. Severe thunderstorm watch now extended into Shreveport. I do want to show you the radar here. Here's our cold fronts. I put these wind particles on here so you can see that we have that air coming in from the north and now from the south. So that cold front is draped right over our region. We also have some hail that has been popping up. A lot of you have been asking about those far eastern counties. Earlier today, when I first hopped on Facebook Live a few hours ago, some of you across Smith, Harrison, and Gregg counties were wondering if you were going to get severe weather. Well, now is the time that you really want to keep your eye to the sky if you are in those far eastern counties, because you can see that front now draped and moving through the region, and also some lightning. You can see all this lightning riding along that front, as well as some hail, about pea-sized hail being picked up. And I do want to show you this one cell that is right around Jefferson. So this is the velocity radar, and what this does is you can see the red, that is the energy going away from the radar, the green is going towards. So you can see a little bit of mixing here. Within Jefferson, just outside of Jefferson, that would be Marion County as well as Cass County. Again, this is currently just a severe thunderstorm watch, but I do want to zoom in here because you are getting slight rotation out around that region. So just outside of Jefferson, around, that is Marion County and Cass County, you can see a slight rotation out there because you see that mixing of the red and the greens. That's showing how things are starting to spin out that way. So again, Marion and Cass County, you want to take this storm very seriously. It is moving out to the northeast. It is currently not warned, but there is a watch out, and that watch was extended. So again, I can't emphasize that enough. If you are in Marion or Cass counties, this is the direction that it wants to go. You see all that mixing, the red and the green, that would be a little bit of rotation being caught out there. Also a little bit further south of Jefferson as well. And just as we put this into the loop, you can see a little bit out this way. Let's see if we can zoom in. What town is that? Just moved over Nesbit, south of Harleton. Walker's Mill, looks like it just blasted through that region too, but it was fairly short-lived. So again, this is the watch from earlier. So these areas right here will expire. But then we have this area that's highlighted now. So basically the watch moved this way. So now it includes areas like Longview, Henderson, Carthage, Marshall, Jefferson. These areas now under that thunderstorm watch that expires at 10 p.m. So if you were on the chat earlier today and you were asking about Smith, Harrison, Gregg County, Cass, Marion, you guys should be on the lookout within the next few hours here, especially that one area just pointed out, because we are spotting a little rotation out that way. So here's our front sinking through tonight. So this is future Skycast. This is at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock tonight. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of energy out this way. So just stay on your toes. It only takes one little pop-up storm to turn strong to severe. And this rain's actually going to continue come and go fashion into Monday, especially to our southeast counties. Now this is rain I'm talking about for tomorrow. Some downpours out there, localized downpours, because we still will have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. It's going to take a while for all of that dry air to start nosing in. So again, I do want to go back to the radar here, and let me see if I could find the one radar I was looking at. Okay, yeah, so the velocity radar, I want to show you this again because, again, as you can see here, the reds, that would be everything moving away from the radar. The green is towards the radar, but it becomes a problem when you get all this mixing here. So around Marion County, there is a slight rotation, although it's not a warned storm. It's just a watch right now. You really want to be careful and take that storm seriously. It looks like it is just trying to exit the region and moving into Cass County. All right, so let me see if I could get to some of the comments here. They're a little bit hard to see on my phone. I apologize if I'm pronouncing town names wrong. I just moved here in December. I'm new to the CBS 19 weather team. So absolutely, if I'm not saying something correctly, please let me know. I am not offended. I am here to learn all your town names. And listen, I come from an area where town names are pronounced wrong all the time. I'm from Philly area where they say, you know, Schuylkill Expressway, and try saying that. So yeah, if I'm saying something wrong, just let me know. All right, everybody's just watching here in Jamestown. Hello, Gina. Hello, Marla. Rain and Van again. I'm assuming your name's Sheila. Sheila, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sheila, I know you were worried earlier. Yes, Van did have some heavy rain. Marshall, Texas. Hello, Karen. Mary, thank you for telling me how that is pronounced. Yeah, so you can still see that mixing there in Marion County, and now even south of Marion County, Harrison County, you see a little bit of rotation there, that mixing the red and the green. You really want to be on your toes for these storms because if it doesn't give you, you know, that hail, it definitely will give you some gusty winds with it. Getting a lot of uplift here, so you see all those hail cores. The hail so far, the readings that I have seen, have been around pea-sized hail. Let me see if I can get to more comments here. Kilgore, hello from Henderson. Yes, you folks in Henderson, thank you for watching. I know you were tuning in earlier today. But right now, as I said, we do have our eyes on Marion County and Cass County as well as Harrison County. That front is continuing to sink down. I do want to show you this. You can see the change in wind direction. That's those streamlines you see. And then you can see the air coming in from the south here. So we still have all that south flow that's pumping in that moisture. That's where we had all those high dew points from today. That's why we get those downpours. The atmosphere is absolutely rich with moisture right now, so downpours are easy to happen. And then on the other side of this, we still have an upper level disturbance that will produce some heavy rain tomorrow, mainly to our southeast counties. So even after this front passes, we will still have heavy rain for tomorrow. Right now, the front is just draped across East Texas, splitting it in half. So it's coming in from this corner up here, the northwest corner, and sinking in. So I know a lot of people are debating how I said a town name. I am more than willing to learn how to say your town names. I just arrived here in December, so I'm coming over from West Virginia. So these town names are new to me, and I'm absolutely willing to learn. So yeah, we do want to watch this. This looks pretty ugly. Some rotation still being picked up there. So you see the reds and the greens kind of dancing together. That's when you have that air mixing around. But okay, so they now got rid of that one polygon, the polygon that had the severe thunderstorm watch from earlier. So notice portions of Tyler, just outside of Tyler, in Smith County, now not included in that severe thunderstorm watch. So earlier the watch was over here. Now it's more towards the east. So all my friends that were talking to us earlier, Smith, Harrison, Gregg, Cass, Marion counties, you guys are the ones that need to be on the lookout for the next few hours. This watch now expires at 10 o'clock tonight. Notice they did shift it out to the east. That's because that's where the energy now is. That front is sinking through. We have all that moisture pumping in from the south, creating the perfect environment for these storms to continue popping up. Even if they're isolated in nature, you just want to stay on your toes for tonight. So I am going to hop off here. I'm going to continue watching that storm that's over in Marion and Cass counties. Again, it's not warned. We just have a watch that was extended and pushed out to the east. So the watch now covers our far eastern counties going into deep East Texas as well. And that's because the front is sinking through. And we will continue to update you. So thank you everybody for supporting us, for checking in, for writing in, and we're here to answer your questions. So if you have any more questions, please write to me. Over in Gregg County, yes, I just saw your question just now, Sarah. Gregg County, you should be on the lookout too. Right now, we do have our eyes on Cass and Marion, but it has to pass through Gregg County first. So please, if you are in Gregg County, you are in that watch box, and you should be careful. Okay, we are here for you. If you have any questions, you can catch us on social, and we will try to answer all the questions that you do have. All right, take care. Bye.